Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
Howdy! My name is Farmer Bing. Welcome to my cherry farm. Today we'll be playing an easy cherry-picking game called Hi-Ho Cherry-O. Let's get our picking gear and head on out to the orchard.
Welcome to the Hi-Ho Cherry-O desktop simulation. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Anna.
And first we're going to orient you to our cherry orchard. As you can see, there's 4 player trees. And in the top right corner, you can see the player order. So the first player to be up will be red, followed by yellow, green, and blue. The rules of the game are simple. In the top left-hand corner, you have the spinner. If you spin the number of cherries, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can pick that corresponding number of cherries. However, in order to make the game more difficult for class, a player will also have the option to place those cherries back onto an opponent's tree.
The player also has the opportunity to spin either a bucket, which spills and puts 2 cherries back on your own tree, or a bird, which will put 1 cherry back in your own tree. And the goal of the game is to get rid of all the cherries from your tree and be the first one to do so. So we have down here these buttons that do move, which is just a single player moves, do a turn, which is where all 4 players take a move, and then a do game, which will continue to rotate through all the players until there's a winner. And then we have a reset button if you want to start over if you're losing. So we have set strategy up here, and there are 4 strategies that come preset with the game. There's the nice guy strategy, where no matter what you spin number-wise, you will always just pick the cherries from your own tree instead of putting them on other people's trees. The blue falcon, which means that no matter what number you spin, you're always going to put cherries onto the player next to you. The blue shell means that whatever number is spun, you will put cherries onto the winner's tree to try and slow them down. And then moderate, which is the best strategy, is if you pick a 1 or a 2, you'll put those cherries onto an opponent's tree. And if you pick a 3 or 4, then you'll pull those cherries off of your own tree.
So now we're going to demonstrate a full turn of player spins. So up first is the red player, so they take a spin and they get 2. So they pick 2 cherries off their tree, and since the default strategy is set to nice guy, whatever amount of cherries a player spins, they'll pick them off. So the yellow player then spun 3 and picked 3 cherries. The green player spun 4 and got 4 cherries. And then the unlucky blue player spun a bird, but they didn't have any cherries in their basket, so their tree stays the same.
So now that we've demonstrated a whole turn of moves, we're going to set the strategy of the red player to moderate, which is the best strategy for our game. And then we're going to do game, and then as you can see, the red player's tree is empty, making them the winner of the game.
Woo! Are you ready to take your cherry picking game to the next level?
Are you tired of playing Hi-Ho Cherry-O by yourself on your computer, or watching the red, green, yellow, and blue trees take their turns for you?
Well, welcome to the interactive multiplayer Hi-Ho Cherry-O website on your very own local host. As you can see, we are at the main page, which has some nice text and a nice picture, and a little bit about us and about the game. To get started, simply play online, and you can create a new account. With any password and username will do, really. And the name of your game. As you can see, we've created our game, and now we're going to start it up.
Okay, and as you can see here, we have a much nicer looking version of the desktop game with a blue, yellow, green, and pink player. We also have this very nice spinner over here and a flag that tells you which player is going right now. Now you just click spin, and then blue player spun a 3, and so you can see that 3 cherries come off their tree. And you can see that here that their bucket is updated to show that they have 3 cherries in their bucket and 7 cherries on their tree.
In the multiplayer version, players will also have the option to either pick or place cherries. And if they place cherries, they'll be able to select which enemy they would like to put the cherries back on.